All right, you're seeing my desktop, so let me fix that. All right, now we're up here. Okay, good evening, everybody. I had card class yesterday and just sat around chit-chatting with my friend Debbie Schmucker Green a little bit longer than we had planned, I guess. Had a great visit, but I did not get on to do this last card that I have. And then I forgot to ask her if she brought me the samples of the other two papers that I needed, but here nor there. It's okay. You guys have seen enough of the papers, and the sale ends soon. Probably if you were going to order, you would have ordered by now. If you need some ideas for some of the, what didn't I show? At market or to market and the duck pond, if you need some ideas or have any questions about it, just pop it in the comments or shoot me a message and let me know what it is that you're looking about, thinking about, wondering about, and I can do my best to help you. And that brings me to another idea. Since this is my last paper that I have that I'll be doing the video on, if I kind of like doing a lot more videos. I think it's going to help me grow, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of stuff you want to see. Mom will say, case the catalog. I can do that. If there's a technique you want to know about, something you want to see in action, or a fold that you want to know about that we can do a video and make. We can make it online together and see how it works. I can learn and you can learn. So feel free to reach out to me, message me, text me if you have my number, whatever you want, and then just give me some insight on what it is you'd like to see. And that takes a little bit maybe off from my doing the same thing over and over, and then that's boring to you and not what you want to see. So I want to do what you guys want to see. So shoot me some ideas, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. Techniques. I think I already said techniques. Anyway, let's get started. I'm Jill. You're you. Pop your name in the comments. Let us know where you're from. Is it sweltering hot where you are today? It is here. I was doing my newsletter and it was thundering like crazy. I thought for sure the weather was going to let loose. I went upstairs. It had started to these great big drops of rain coming out of the sky. Few and far between, but they were big ones. And that was it. The weather advisory went off the TV. They said, oh no, severe weather's over. We were supposed to get a huge storm tonight, but it's gone. So I don't know if we're going to get anything now. Sky's kind of cleared up and my grass is just going to turn more brown. So I don't know. It's so weird. They said, I think it's the hottest day we've had in 3 years today. But crazy, crazy. Oh, you didn't get any rain either, Debbie? Oh, Mom's on. Hey, Mom. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, it was strange. We got that thunder, and like I said, I was doing my newsletter and thought for sure it was going to cut loose and we were going to get it now and then all night long, because on our TV thing it's supposedly like 80% chance of rain tomorrow and then 50% chance the rest of the week. And boy who cried wolf again, if this is what we're going to get, is this like little bits of nothing. We didn't even get enough rain to make marks on the car, turn the car all dirty or whatever. Just kind of weird, but I guess somebody got it, because he said, I think it was Keith Thompson, said that there's like 150,000 people without power or something up in the Grand Rapids area or something like that. So it must have went everywhere but here in Vicksburg. So I hope everybody is safe where it did hit. And yeah, you're wearing a sweatshirt. You saw that? Yes, it's freezing. It's just as cold as it was yesterday. Oh, a tornado warning. Wow, Mom. Yes, Debbie, I'm cold. I had a sweatshirt on. I even had it on when we went outside. I went and got my new bowling ball today. And I even had it on then, but I took it off before we went in because it looked like, I thought it was going to be cold in there waiting around for him. And they had the doors propped open so I could tell that something was going on. And I think they were cleaning the carpets or something in the main part. So I think they had the air off or down or something. The doors were open and all that good stuff. So I took it off and it was a good thing. The pro shop thing, it wasn't cold in there, so I was good. But as soon as I got home, yeah, it's cold. But I had it on yesterday too. It wasn't cold. No, no. Oh, Bonnie didn't get any either? Holy cow. So it must have been all way north of us. Maybe Plainwell got it. Maybe if Patty gets on, maybe she'll tell us if she got it. But yeah, yeah. I don't know, Debbie. Yesterday, you came from being out in the hot sun. So yesterday, holy cow, was that cold. Anyway, let's get with this paper. Let's see. Countryside Inn, I think the name of it is. Yes, Countryside Inn. So I'm thinking, you're gonna say, oh, it's so country. I'm not a country person, but some of the patterns are real pretty. Let's see what the colors are in it. Balmy blue, boho blue, misty moonlight, and night of navy. So definitely a blue pack. And then some demonstrators, I know Mom, Debbie, Christy, they earned this paper in, I think, April by bettering their sales from the year before. And they got this in pink tones. So I don't know what all other shades of pink are in it, but I know the pack was the same paper, but they were pink. This is some little tiny tulipy looking flower things. Put my kid. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe we're still gonna get some, guys. I don't know. He said the weather advisory was lifted, but there's this nice forest feel. I didn't even realize that there was just one with trees and flowers. I thought the forest ones, which I'll get up to, like this one had animals in it, but I guess there's no trees, so I don't know what I was thinking. Well, we got some fat foxes, I guess, coyotes. This fox, maybe that's another fox and he's just sitting down. I'll go with that. I'll go with two foxes. And then we got a kind of a diamond background with these little tiny flowers in it. You look real close, you could see the navy background pattern with the dots. Kind of stripy, wallpapery feel. This kind of reminds me of back, here's a bunny rabbit. Back when I was just getting like my first apartment, when would that have been, like 84? And country was in with this cornflower blue and ducks. And, yeah. Oh, then there we've got a navy stripe and pigeons, owls, birds of some sort on this side. And then we're back to, let's see, did I use all that one? We got some white pieces in here. Here's some. That's a pretty one. So yeah, let's see. And I showed you the other white one. I think that was all the white ones, just a couple of them with heads the white on them. So that's this paper, Country Inn, and then one of the paper pumpkins that we got earlier in the year coordinated with it. So I've got some leftover envelopes. And speaking of paper pumpkin, if you, I moved my paper pumpkin, my all things paper pumpkin page to my regular page. Try and consolidate so you didn't have to go so many places to find me. So in my albums there, or under photos and albums, you'll find my paper pumpkin projects, and I just loaded out August 4 projects. I think they show up on my feed too, so you guys see them whether you want to or not. But if you want to see the actual video after the feed has scrolled up and you don't see it right in front of your face anymore, they're in my albums and you can find them there. So here is the card that I'm going to make for you guys. I'm sure it's a Chirpy Card Maker inspired design. I'm sure of it. And this was like the second card that I made for this group of videos. So please hope that I remember exactly how to put it together. So I'm going to be using a bunch. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different patterns. If I counted that right, 6 different patterns of paper that we're going to use. So you get a good menagerie of the papers. Granted, they're a little tiny. You could make them bigger, but they're a little bit tiny. So I'm going to show you, we've got a regular piece of paper. I'm opening mine up, so it's 4 1/4 by 11. My inside is basic white at 4 by 5 1/4. And Mom, I don't know if you saw the team updates that I put out today. Stampin' Up is using one of Close to My Heart's colors called a white willow, they named it in the brochure. And I don't know if it's gonna be the right shade that you want. Then I have a scrap that's 1/2 inch wide by 4 inches. I'm just gonna glue down at the bottom. I don't know if it's the shade of white that you're looking for. I'm thinking not, but you never know. So if I buy it, I will let you know. Or if somebody buys it around me, I will get a hunk to show you. Because I think you're looking for a little bit grayer hue of white. And I think white willow, that sounds like it might not be. And I think they're renaming it from white daisy. So that's kind of telling me that that might be a brighter white than what you're looking for. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue on my top piece. It is 4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. Cleaning off the desktop. The kits were kind of cute. You guys, I'm going to share the brochure probably tomorrow when I get some extra time. I will share the brochure and show you guys the kits that are coming out. Bonnie, the penguin kit that you were looking at, or the penguin paper and such, there's a scrapbooking kit using that same. Oh, I was going to tell you, this one is 1 3/4 by 4. And then they've got a stamp set that goes with it. And then these papers have sticker sheets, and there's all kinds of die cuts and such because they are workshop kits. They're calling them scrapbooking workshop kits, and they make 4 scrapbooking layouts, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I'll be showing that to you guys so you can see what's up. So I'm gonna set this aside now. I've got a background square that was Night of Navy base, and then that paper. Then I have a Misty Moonlight square at 3 1/4. So I got a 3 1/4 inch square. And then I have a white that I'm going to build the block on. Oh, that's neat, Kathy. No, I haven't done it yet, Kathy. I've only got this far. Now we're going to build the block. So it is 3 inch square. And then I did all this ahead of time. Then at 3/4 of an inch, every 3/4, do your lines on all 4 sides. I guess you probably only have to do 2 sides. We got to make the dots on all 4 sides, then draw a line. That's what I meant. Should have said. So we've done that. Then I have, oh Lord, I need to probably, if you ever want to make this, you need to know exactly, don't you? 1 1/8 inch pieces by 3/8, and I have 2 patterns of that. Okay. So it looks like, I made a hole. So let's see. You can go to the Chirpy Card Maker of Quilts and probably find this. I don't know the name of the star though, or the block, and get the directions. So it's 3/4 of an inch wide, cut in half by 1 1/8. Okay. So you need 2 patterns of that. And then we need the same, you need a square of the same patterns at 3/4 of an inch. So you need a 3/4 of an inch square. Let me flip this over. I'm gonna go back this way. Of the same patterns. Whichever pattern you want to use. And I'm gonna go with this one. It's more shapish and low key. Then you need a 3/4 inch coordinating, complementing square. And 2 more 3/4 inch squares of yet another pattern. You want 2 squares of these in the same pattern. Okay. Hope that's making sense. Then, this is where I believe we're going to build our block from the center square. So Julie would have us lay it all down. I'd done all that already, and it looked like it was going to be okay. So I just didn't, but you would lay it all out. So let me just play here and just show you. She'd want us to lay it all out. Stay inside your line, and I'm already outside the line, so it is what it is when you're winging it, when you're not doing an official. Okay, so we're just gonna lay those down, see where they fall, kind of thing. We can adjust. This guy's on crooked, and I'm not gonna get him off, so he's gonna stay on crooked. We can cut it off at the end. So then I'm gonna take this next pattern, and I like to turn my paper rather than kind of trying to turn my body. I turn my paper, and then we're just gonna butt this one right up to it. We're gonna turn our paper and come back with this piece again, our second piece of that one. And we're gonna glue that on. Precision does count in these squares. Does help if you kind of are versed in what you're doing. My first one, I remembered when I did this one, I struggled with my lines weren't in the right spots. So we're gonna go with that. Okay. So we've got our 4 outer squares. Then this complementary one, we're gonna glue down in the center. So technically, oh, texture after. Okay. Technically, this should fit right in there. If you cut right, if you laid it on there right, that would fit right in that hole. So it doesn't, and it is definitely noticeable. I'm going to cut it off. Don't tell on me. I'm finagling it to fit. Kathy's a sewer too, so she's probably cringing, going, "What are you doing, girl?" But it's too noticeable. It hangs over too far into this one. So I'm just going to trim it, keep trimming it down. It's not the way to do it. It's not the official professional way, but you know, I was going to tell you that if you could find the center, I'm not getting any better. I'm just going to go with it. If you could find the center of this square and start with this one, would probably be a heck of a lot. I'm gonna say easier, and then build around this square. But I remember when I made this one that I thought I had a hard time and my square was a little small in the middle. But there we go. We got this part done. Easy peasy. Then we're going to take these squares and you can put them on your trimmer. You can put them on your cutter. Or we're going to try and cut them because they're small enough. I'm going to try and just cut them with my scissors. We want to cut them in half. And we're going to, where do we want to start? We want them to, I'm going to start with this blue one. We're going to come right up here on all these edges and glue our triangle in. And it should line up with the edge here. And in theory, it should go all the way to the top of your paper. And in theory, it's going to, and you know what? If I'm off, I'm going to erase my part of my lines because they're going to show if I'm going to be off. And once I get glue on them, if I'm off, then I'm not going to be able to erase after. I had that problem the other day on one. I couldn't erase it because my glue had gotten on it and wouldn't let me erase it. So now I'm going to turn it and we're going to use the dark blue one. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over to the edge. And then it should go up to the top and it's a little bit too long. So we'll have to figure that out because I'm a little bit off. Why I thought that this would be a good card to showcase this paper, I don't know. It is. It is a great card to do that, but if you're not precise, then so this is to let everybody out there who wants to try quilt card know that go for it. Go for it. They're fun. You mess them up, you try them again. Okay, so now we've got all of our matchy from this piece of paper. We got all those corners on. So now we're going to take these two pieces that are matchy pattern, and we are going to cut these in half. And I can't remember. I think I cut them. I'm going to go opposite just because I don't, probably shouldn't. I should probably keep the patterns all going the same, but yeah, I better not just shake it up too much. Pressing my luck. Kathy's a huge sewer. She's sewing something every single day. She's posting quilt stuff that she's making. Beautiful blocks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now we want to come to this opposite corner and fill them in with this pattern. We were talking about quilts yesterday at class, and I have a quilt, but that's the extent of me. I have a quilt. We're just going to go around now. Glue these in. of these 4 sides. Now, most likely, because we're supposed to be like on the line, these 2 points should probably touch, but I'm going with the edge of my paper. And this one is over too far. See if I can pluck it out. And hopefully then when I run it through my embossing folder, it will shake it up a little bit and not be as noticeable. Okay. I got one more. All right, so now we got all of our pieces put on. And then we are going to quick run it through the embossing folder to do the quilted portion. You don't have to, but I'm going to run it through this ornate floral because I thought that, let me show you, that they were cute, like little flowers and stuff that went with, kind of look like it went with this pattern. So I'm going to turn it upside down so that it's going to be like debossed instead of embossed. And then this is the sticky uppy part of the folder. And so it's going to push down in. So that gives it a little bit of a quilting look. So let me run this through. Hold on. Sometimes I think it's just easier to run over there and emboss it and not bring my giant machine over. So now we have it embossed. See how cute that turns out when you put a little bit of, I guess, the debossing on it. It kind of takes away some of my, remember how my points were a little long? They still are. I'll cut them off, but it kind of takes away some of that bad looking. And, I maybe, it is. And so then we're going to go ahead and glue that onto that other square that we had. That is 3¼ inches. And add lots of glue because this is the raised up side that you're going to try and get to stick down. I didn't bring my, what do you call that thing? My brayer. I like to run my brayer over these when I emboss like this. And then if I just run my brayer, I can go back and forth and it gives it a nice pressure to get all of that glue stuck down. But that was one thing I didn't grab today. So we got that stuck down. Now I'm going to pop it up on the front of my card. You can glue them flat. They look just as fine flat. I'm going to pop it up though. And give me these big old dimensionals. They don't take as long to put on there. Oh, that's nice. And you make a bajillion table runners too. I'm pretty sure that's you. Seems like you're always making table runners for the holidays, and seems like I'm always seeing Kathy's beautiful quilt stuff. All right, we're just gonna put one more in the middle for good measure. Lori, I used tonight is the Country Inn paper. This one. Not a very good look at it, but that was the one that I used tonight. Where'd my block go? Oh Lord. there's my block. You guys ever do that with stamps? Or I lost a stamp the other day. For the life of me, could not figure out where I put it. Yeah, it was stuck to the bottom of a paper pumpkin box or something that was on my desk. I looked high and low over and I'm like, I know that I had that. I know I just used it. Mm-hmm. It was stuck to the bottom. One thing I don't like about the polymer stamps, you can lose them like that. The other ones, on the wood blocks, you could pretty much always know where they were unless your desk was kind of that messy that you lost it. But then I'm using the Delicate Forest for my sentiment. This one I use Sending Our Love, but I'm going to try and see if this You Make Good Things Better is going to fit on here today. It's a stretch, but I'm going to see. And for you guys that are on, but you got on late, this is the last paper that I have. And so I said at the beginning that I was really enjoying being on all the time, and I know I need to do more videos to help myself grow. So if you have any ideas of things you would like to see me do, you got any techniques that you're wondering about, any fun folds you'd like to see, that kind of thing, let me know. And I would love to kind of do videos of what you want to see, what you want to know about, what you want to see in action. I could, just case the catalog, but I don't want to do just stuff for me. I want to do stuff that you guys want to see and make it fun for both of us. So, shoot me a message, shoot me some comments. Sorry, I'm concentrating. That kind of thing, comments, emails, messages, texts, whatever. And just let me know what it is you think would be fun to see, like a new series of something, or just I thought about let me get this done. Okay, so I got to yakking and didn't tell you, so you guys probably know what I'm doing here anyway. I'm trying to split up this You Make Good Things Better. So, oh, I didn't bring my cleaner. So I put my Post-it note down over the Things Better, and I inked up my You Make Good. So now I'm going to put my Post-it note over the You Make Good and ink up the Things Better. Oops, I got to make sure my T is. It's kind of a way of masking the things you don't want. So we'll see if this works. If I didn't get that clean enough, we're going to get part of those words, but we're going to see what we got. So You Make Good Things Better. So I'm going to put that under there. Oh, if you look real close, you could see part of the good because I didn't clean it without my cleaner over here. So let's quickly get our sand eraser and just rub that along there. Being said it was faint, it came right off. So when I do it like this, it just lets you see that you can use your words in different ways by just masking them off and using the Post-it or a piece of tape or something, and then you can switch the words to different rows like that and use words that you might not otherwise thought you could have used, because in this case, my label was too small. You guys, I'm going to post a picture from yesterday. Debbie Schmucker Green shook her cards up, guys. She did not make her cards the way that I made mine. And if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will see the cards from class tomorrow in the newsletter. And you could cut your paper like mine and have your cards look like mine, or you could cut your whatever pattern you wanted to be your #1 pattern kind of thing. And then, the pattern papers have 2 sides, so you could flip them either way. So the whole class, once you got your paper cut, was all your own like creativity. Or if you cut it like mine, you would have the exact same ability to make them look like mine. So I'm going to show you, stop for a second. So here's the cards that were that we made today with the country side in paper. And then now I'm just going to come back to me so I can talk with my hands and you don't see my hands moving 100 miles an hour. Okay. So I'm going to post a picture that will show you Debbie and Bonnie. They were looking at Debbie's card, but she shook hers up yesterday. And again, because her patterns were different than mine, she was able to make different cards and use her the labels that I gave them different, and she pulled out different flowers, and it was just really neat to watch her go, oh, I'm gonna put this here and that there. I'm thinking on Sunday, one of the girls on Sunday shook it up just a little bit, but I think because when she laid out her piles, she mixed her piles up a little bit, but it was really fun. So we could do something like that too. If you want to see like a one sheet wonder kind of idea where we come up with some cards for a 6x6, I could do something like that as well. So again, just let me know what you guys would like to see. Otherwise, I'll just keep on keeping on with whatever happens to hit me that day or whatever, and I'll come up with things to show you. I do have a Stampin' Up! Has a color coach, they call it, and it's all the, like, they used to sell them back in the day, and they were like little, like playing cards almost, and it would have real red, and then it would have different color combinations of colors to use with real red. I thought that I could pull that out. Geez, oh Pete, that thing would take me into the end of next year of doing a color combo, but I might start with something like that. So somebody else has a die that I've seen that they roll, and it says like pattern paper, ribbon, and blue cardstock or something. And then that's what they use to make a card. You do something like that. So again, shoot me some ideas, what you want to see, and we'll get it done. So I will be back tomorrow night with my weekly video. I hope to see you back there tomorrow, 7 p.m. Well, I guess not back there, back right here. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching.